What's going on YouTube? Zach with Card Stock Exchange coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be doing a pretty fun one. We're going to be doing an NBA lottery mock draft for this upcoming draft class in 2021. So we're just going to jump right into it and get it started. We're using NBAtrade.com or tradenba.com, and this is based on basically like the current draft order based on like lowest record to best record. So the Rockets may not have the number one pick, but they could end up in the top three because they're a crappy team. I'll just put it that way. I'm a huge Rockets fan, so grew up in Houston, but Rockets are in a rough spot right now, especially after trading James Harden. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. So with the first pick, a lot of people assume, just draft Cade Cunningham. That's the easy way to go. Easy out, 6'8" point guard. But this one I think needs a little more consideration. We saw Kevin Porter Jr. play pretty dang well down the stretch, and a lot of people think he can become our point guard. So if we draft a point guard like Cade, we're going to have to transition or keep Kevin Porter at shooting guard. So we see him down here. So based on our current roster, Kenyon Martin's a very good small forward. Christian Wood's a great power forward, so that's going to be a good combo moving forward. Without doing too much analysis, I would say Evan Mobley is a great pick, as having a dominant center can prove to be advantageous in the NBA, as we see with DeAndre Ayton in the playoffs right now with the Suns. But odds are we're going to trade John Wall somehow, some way. I don't know how we're going to get rid of that contract, but we're going to go with the safe pick, draft Cade Cunningham, although I'm not 1,000% certain that is the correct pick. So moving on to number 2 at the Detroit Pistons, as we see with their roster down here, we all know Jeremiah Grant is pretty good. Dennis Smith Jr., he's definitely not going to get re-signed. And they have a good young core of Killian Hayes and Sekou at power forward, and then Sadiq Bey at small forward. So they're kind of missing that shooting guard. And so we're going to go with Jalen Suggs right here. I think he is in contention to be with the number 1 pick. I liked him a lot in college. So I'm going to have the Pistons taking him right here. Moving on to 3rd, we have the Orlando Magic, who seem to always be drafting in the lottery, even though they have a good roster, right? Like, they actually do draft half decent. So Otto Porter's contract's going to be up at small forward, but let's look at the guys who's going to be there. So we know that Markelle Fultz is going to be there for quite a while with Jonathan Isaac. I know Markelle, they have listed as a shooting guard, but honestly he's going to be their point guard. So Jonathan and Mo and Wendell, they aren't going to sign one of these two guys, so they're going to keep one of them. So let's just assume they're going to have their center still. So they're going to have a center, they're going to have their point guard, and then they also have Cole Anthony, who, him and Markelle will trade off a point guard, honestly, with probably Cole Anthony playing the majority of point guard. So they are missing kind of that small forward role that Otto Porter's going to leave behind. So with that being said, we have a couple great ones on the board. It's hard to pass up on Evan Mobley, but like I said, they're going to have their center already. And Jalen Green, as good as he is, doesn't really fill a need that they have. So we're going to go with them having Jonathan Kuminga. I always pronounce his name wrong, but I think he can play small forward at that 6'8" height while they keep their current power forwards and centers. So he'll pair up nicely next to Jonathan Isaac, as Jonathan Isaac will most likely play the power forward in this situation. So OKC with the 4th pick, which is kind of crazy because they could have the Rockets pick if it falls. I think the Rockets pick falls outside of top 4, and I think OKC gets it. I'm not certain on that. But we all know they have their point guard in Shai Gilgeous, and Darius Bazley is a great power forward for them. So that really, and Lou Dort's going to be their shooting guard. He's all right. Without analyzing their roster too much, I think Al Horford, who really knows what he's up to. But, Pogoszewski is definitely going to be their power forward. So, you know what? With Al Horford being kind of the one that we're unsure about, I'm kind of torn here. I would say take Jalen Green, as they could pair him next to Shai Gilgeous, but also Evan Mobley in that center spot would be a great fit, and he can learn from Al Horford. So we're going to go Evan Mobley. Moving right along with the Cleveland Cavaliers, who, again, seem to draft a guard every single year, which Isaac Okoro, Colin Sexton, Darius Garland. So who knows what the heck they're going to do. This one's kind of up in the air. Um, they have a plethora of guards, but you know what? Just because this is the Cleveland way, we're going to go with another guard and get Jalen Green because that seems to be what Cleveland does. So, I forgot Golden State has another top 6 picks. Imagine if they got LaMelo. That would have been crazy. Yeah, they just had to get Wiseman, who's like, I don't know. I wasn't too big on him coming out of the draft. So, they're going to have Clay and Steph. That's pretty obvious. Draymond and Wiggins. And, James Wiseman is going to be their center. Imagine if Mobley fell to them here. That'd be pretty crazy. So, I think they're just going to go with a player they can develop, good fit here. Kind of a wing guy. I could see either Scotty Barnes, who is pretty highly touted, or Jalen Johnson going here. But I'm going to stick with my gut and go Scotty Barnes. I think he's like an athletic wing that they're going to want to keep. So, moving on with Toronto. God, I didn't realize they were this bad this year. Jeez, 7th overall. Okay, that's rough. Well, Kyle Lowry's definitely gone. That's a given. Pascal Siakam is going to be there. With Kyle Lowry gone, I know Fred VanVleet's good. We're going to go Davion Mitchell. I like him a lot. I'm from Houston. He's a Baylor guy. He's from Texas. I don't know if he's from Texas, but he played in Baylor. I think he's a great fit there. So Orlando. Okay, so this is part of the trade where they got Wendell Carter. Okay, so we already had them taking Jonathan Kuminga, that wing player. I really don't see them getting like a Keon Johnson, like a point guard. This one is tough. I'm gonna go with my gut and say Jalen Johnson. I'm gonna go with wing. They're just gonna go all wing this draft. Screw it. That's what they're gonna do. Sacramento Kings. Shout out to De'Aaron Fox. Favorite basketball player. Homeboy's a stud. So they're gonna keep him and Tyrese. That's gonna be their backcourt combo. I think Marvin Bagley's gone. They're gonna have that void down there. Harrison Barnes is gonna be there. Buddy Hield. Yeah, they have their guards set. They don't really have a center. Because I guarantee you Marvin Bagley's gone. There really isn't a good center left, is there? Like a big guy. I mean, with a lot of these like foreign guys, I have no idea how to even rank them. I forgot he was in the draft. That's crazy. He was really highly touted. I got the Carolina guy. I'm a huge UNC fan. He's pretty good. So they are gonna miss that like presence down low. I wonder if that's Mo Wagner's brother. I bet you that is. They both went to Michigan. Yeah, I guess Isaiah Jackson. He's probably going to be the best big man on the board. Don't know too much about him, so we're just going to roll with it. All right, Pelicans. This one's going to be interesting. Look at all those contracts. Lonzo is going to be a free agent. I have no idea what this contract over means. He's a rookie. Anyway, I know Lonzo's going to leave, most likely, unless they pay him. They don't really have a glaring need. They got Steven Adams. He's really good. And Brandon Ingram. They kind of do need a shooting guard, though, like a backcourt guy. Again, assuming they keep... I mean, I know Nikhil Walker's pretty good. We're going to go Keon Johnson. Honestly, he's going to provide them a good backcourt combo. Oh, Lord, the Hornets. I feel like no matter how many mock drafts... I could mock draft them a perfect team, and they'd still mess it up somehow. They always have, like, lottery picks that they just, like... You got to question. Well, clearly they don't need a point guard. They got LaMelo. Kind of need size. Because LaMelo and Miles Bridges, that's going to be a great combo. PJ. This one is tough. I still think they need a presence down low. So we're going to go Kai Jones. I could see them taking a big man. San Antonio. The kings of random draft picks who turn out to be half decent. So keeping with that tradition, because they don't really draft for position, they just draft for like best player available, and they always like get foreign guys. So we're gonna go Franz Wagner. That just seems exactly like a San Antonio pick. The Pacers have a good roster. They were just plagued with injuries. They don't have any like glaring needs. So they're just going to go best player available. I know they have Corey as the best player. I watched him play in the tournament. He was all right. I say best player available, and I'm like questioning that. No, we're gonna stick with it. Best player available. That's what Indiana's gonna do. Golden State again. So where do you have them taking Scotty Barnes, who I think is a good fit for them. After that, Jared Butler was great for Baylor in the tournament. I'm tempted to go. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna give the UNC guy. He's gonna fall. He's gonna fall to 14, but he's gonna rise up the draft boards. I bet. I'm calling that right now. So this is our NBA mock draft. I'm pretty happy with it. I think personally, being a Rockets fan, I know Cade's like the best player available, but like I don't know. That's a toughie because Kevin Porter Jr. is probably gonna play our point guard. And he's pretty good. But overall, this is what we got. Just to recap, Cade to the Rockets, Jalen to Detroit, Jonathan to Miami, Evan Mobley to the OKC Thunder, Jalen Green to the Cavs, Scotty Barnes to Golden State, Davion Mitchell to Toronto, Jalen Johnson to the Magic, Isaiah Jackson to Sacramento, Keon Johnson to the Pelicans, Kai Jones to Charlotte, Franz Wagner to the Spurs, Corey to the Pacers, and our biggest riser of the draft is going to be De'Aaron Sharp, the 6'11 center out of UNC, going to Golden State, just in case our boy James Wiseman doesn't work out, which honestly he will. I mean, with Golden State having 2 top 15 picks, if that actually happens, that's insane. It's like, more going to the riches. Gotta love all these random ads that Google provides. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts. What do you like about this order? What don't you like? And what would you change? And in the meantime, go follow us on Instagram at CardSock Exchange. And until next time, peace.